expressed in this video are based on opinion and/or hypothesis for edification and further edification purposes. Viewer discretion is advised.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ordinary people who strive so hard for a life of stability and a sense of perfection, but no matter who you are, you probably have seemed to misplace or lose something you know was there. Is it me? Was it the pet? Was it the kid? Or was it the spouse? I know it was right there. A lot of heartache, frustration, or pain could be felt, thinking someone or something moved or took something that was yours. Relationships, easily severed by a loss of trust, could be done by a professional homewrecker, jealousy, or an art of war. I have known a wise man who would strategically arrange belongings in an order or place that if tampered with, he would know immediately. In sight, out of mind, is now a daily dose of knowledge increased. If we all would just come together, show me a table big enough for all to come to, touching and agreeing about the serious matters of life. Simple enough to hold hands before the blessing of food in each household, get what we need, and then go our separate ways. Unexpectedly, tables can turn, or even be overturned, leaving a mess for one to clean up. A hive mind may ask, whose side are you on? I will reply, humanity's soul. Have you ever seen a flag come to life on its own? No matter who or what, let not the wind be your enemy. Scientists from the Saratov State University in Russia have developed a custom-made invisibility cloak for soldiers that will help to camouflage with their background without being detected by radars and radio devices. The technology was first developed by the University of Illinois and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, which other military research tanks have advanced. The US and the UK military has already tested a range of these cloaks since 2015, but continue to develop advanced technology to master the art of camouflaging. With the cloaking device active, light is deflected around the object to make it appear as if it did not exist, rendering it invisible. A cloaking device is a hypothetical or fictional stealth technology that can cause objects, such as spaceships or individuals, to be partially or wholly invisible to parts of the electromagnetic spectrum. Men have said, as they will say throughout the ages, why, if God be almighty, can he not create perfection immediately? Why does he not create beings having the knowledge of divine love forthwith? Why have earth with all its trials and tribulations? Mark the flight of an arrow from the hands of a bowman. It flies from the bent bow, time passes, then it finds its mark. But to me the arrow leaves the bow and strikes the mark together. Distance, time, and change are not with me. Once I, your God, was not apart from man, my offspring. Now I am veiled from his sight, not because I have willed it so, but because man has chosen to bring this about. The barrier between us grows ever more dense, as man wantonly spurns his birthright. Henceforth, it may be penetrated only by long and arduous preparations, and even then those who would do so must know the key. I come to you, not because of your preparations, but because your God is ever ready to incline towards men. Though there is this barrier between us, it is not impervious to the sincere prayers of a pure heart. This, men should know. Spoiler alert, summary of the film called Only. From 2019. After a comet releases a deadly virus that attacks all the women in the world, Eva, Frida Pinto, and Will, Leslie Odom Jr., are forced into hiding from both the illness and the savages who hunt the few surviving women. Trapped inside their over-sterilized apartment, the couple's relationship and sense of sanity begins to crumble. When Eva's desperation for a normal life becomes as dangerous as the world outside, the couple escapes their self-imposed quarantine to fight for their lives. Such an event may require a much larger table, for all of humanity would be forced to sit down and reevaluate an intentional life purpose. Not only relationships, but everyday interaction and employment, social and everyday lifestyles will change. Some would sacrifice their life for the sake of other loved ones. Others would take advantage of a Hunger Games scenario. Whether man-made or the occurrence of a natural celestial event, no one expected the unexpected. Are we so out of touch with Mother Earth and the unstoppable force of the Creator? Contrary to popular belief, breaking the Most High's law and commands leads to righteous judgment. Do not touch that tree. Heaven and the many heavens beyond heaven, earth and the many earths beyond earth are held in the thoughts and power of God. They are as a monument to His everlasting glory. All things living that move and breathe have their place in the abode of life. Man finds the greatest joy in the eternal halls, therefore set not your heart on earthly possessions. Will you find a man who knows the end to success? Would contentment be veiled in the heart and mind of soul? Can you exit the skeleton? Hollow Man, 2000, the first invisible man seen, February 10th. Scientist Sebastian Kane, Kevin Bacon, is working with a secret military research team headed by Dr. Kramer, William Devane, assigned to create new intelligence technology. A brilliant scientist's discovery renders him invisible, but transforms him into an omnipotent, dangerous megalomaniac. Having discovered they could turn animals invisible, a group of scientists test the subject on a human. Head of research, Dr. Sebastian Kane decides to use himself as the subject. Last name Kane, one hell of a name. Such research like this would be enough to start the war of wars. This type of man willing to be a little god is out of touch and surely self-destructs. I am the hidden God, hidden to serve an end. Veiled in mystery, I am further obscured by the mists of mortal delusion. Unable to see me, men declare I do not exist, yet I declare to you that man, with his mortal limitations, sees only a minute part of the whole. Man is the slave of illusion and deception. Though man is born to delusion, for it is a needful state, he is further inflicted by deceptions wrought by men. Though man cannot perceive the greatness above him because of its greatness, neither can he see the smallness beneath him because of its smallness. From the greatest came the smallest, and from the smallest came creation, and within the smallest is greatness and power. For the smallest is far less than the mote, yet it is the upholder of the universe, and it shines like the sun beyond the darkness. It lies out towards the edge of the reach of man's thought. In the beginning all things arose from the invisible, and into the invisible, all things will disappear in the end, but the end is not the end of the Spirit. Out beyond this material creation born of the invisible, there is a higher eternal invisible of greater substance. When all material things have passed away, this will remain. Above all is timelessness, which is eternity, and there is my abode, the supreme goal of man, and those who attain it dwell in eternity. I am the eternal God.
Thank you for watching.